Back at it again. Your boy GDQ, Activated Podcast.
It's your boy Real Walter Ford, Activated Podcast. Glad to be here with you, man. Happy Sunday. It is October 24th. Damn, time flying, bro. It's almost the end of the year, bro. You ready for Christmas? Being a dad and a husband? No, I'm just gonna be spending that money. You over there adjusting some shit?
Yeah. We marinating. Another week. Yeah. I mean, Christmas is like 2 months away.
I mean, should you say that? But it's gonna be, you're gonna blink and it's gonna be tomorrow.
And it's Christmas. I mean, I'm not
trying to
be the Grinch or whatever, but like it's Christmas. Anyway. Yeah, another week. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy ass world.
Right out the gate, Donald Trump with Truth Social. Donald Trump launching his social media. You get an account yet?
No, they said that you can't. They said that they opened it up so you can make accounts, but
it's beta. It's beta, the beta version. They're testing it out. You have to be exclusive. You got to get an invite.
Yeah, and then I also saw that it also got hacked the next day after he announced. So Truth Social. Also, I saw on there somebody was writing that one of the rules of Truth Social is it's an open. It's made for freedom, so you can talk about anything you want to.
Just like Parler. And then Parler got hacked, and every single video that ever was posted on Parler and all the metadata and everything about it got leaked.
All of it got leaked, and then that's how some people got in trouble for the for that January 6th stuff. But on Truth, if you talk about Truth, if you talk negatively about Truth, then they'll remove you. So you can talk shit about everybody except the app you own. Because it's about the truth. First off, can we talk about the name, my nigga? If you gotta name something what it is, it usually ain't that, or you buying it from you buying like the generic version. Like you ain't never seen an app called dating app, or like I'm trying to fuck. That ain't a dating app. Like they don't. You ain't never. Only time you see that is if you go to the grocery store and you buy something and it say rice. It's when you buy it and you know what you get. Like it sounds like they lying on an app called Truth. Like it just. That's so fried. I just had to say that. My bad. I got Diamond right here interrupting me. Say what's up, Diamond. But yeah. So anyway, Truth came out and it got hacked. What do you think about this, bro? You think it's gonna do anything? You think it's gonna be like Parler, just get hacked and whatever?
I'm just happy that he's not on Twitter to actually get people to go to the app. Like, I don't know.
You think it's gonna go anywhere?
Yes. I would never trust, like with Parler, you had to give your social security number or something like that.
The fuck?
Or like your driver's license or something. I don't know. Of course, no one's really going to go to it. It's just like his blog.
Yeah, which was just him.
His blog was so bad, they didn't even they ended it. Like, he's coming out with I honestly, the best thing that I think for him, I hate to say this, but it's something like a news media station like OAN or Fox News. That would be successful.
Being effective.
Yeah. If he really, I think a Trump news station, not social media, but a Trump television, radio station, podcast thing would do that would blow up for him. It would be terrible for us because
he already, it's hard to start something when you already got it going, because pretty much OAN, Newsmax, America First, and half of Fox is still pretty much all Trump. It's literally they all pretty much just Trump. He been doing interviews, by the way. Like, I know we going segues. He done at least like 4 or 5 interviews the past like week, fam. Like week or two, just on there on OAN America First, just talking about random shit.
And I it's, to me, it's not as big or not as newsworthy because he's not on Twitter anymore. Like if he was on Twitter, I think Twitter and Facebook and social media, like especially Twitter.
Yeah, it gave him a little more power.
Because it's directly supposedly coming from him. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Twitter is everyone thought it's him tweeting. You know what I mean? So it's like, those interviews don't blow up as much no matter what he says because he's not promoting them. So like,
yeah, exactly. And Twitter is like promotion in itself of your exact quotes. Yeah, it's weird. Ain't it weird? Like, remember when Twitter came out and you was just using it to just be funny?
It's become the main news thing though. Like,
yeah, it's like a news like platform standalone fucking cycle.
It makes like way more headlines than Instagram or even Facebook, really, because it comes directly. It's just like opinions and it's short. And so like, to me, it's constantly making news. People are constantly making news about what they say on Twitter. You know, there's some, it's like a more of a talking and direct thing as opposed to like Instagram and more Facebook is weird. Like Facebook, to me is buggy. And like, I can barely even, like I go on for the podcast stuff. I can barely even work it. It's so confusing to me. Some people are like, and a lot of but what happens with Facebook is a lot of people are in Facebook groups that are absolutely nuts, and Facebook just lets them do whatever. And there's all the white militia groups that are just absolutely insane in their private Facebook groups, and Facebook just lets them do whatever.
Exactly. No regulation. Get out. No regulation at all. I mean, I guess they said they was trying, but I mean, I guess it's just fried. It's just fried how this dude is just allowed to do whatever the fuck he want to do. Anyway, ain't it crazy that he be saying he be censored and he be on TV the most? Anyway. So yeah, true.
We're not going down a good path though. Like, I fully think that if things keep going the way they are, like, this fool really low key has a chance, in my mind, of, I mean, becoming president again. I hate to say it, like
100%. Shit, you ain't gotta. That just because you saying the truth don't mean you support it, man. I've been saying that, man.
It's close, man. The more time that goes on and the more shit Biden and them don't do, the more it's like, damn, like,
do and don't do shit.
Yeah, we're so like, it gets worse by you know what I mean, by the day. Like,
no, for real. And it's crazy because like the thing that blow me out the water is people be like, man, Biden doing this, man. I miss Trump because Trump, it was never like this with Trump. Like, and it's crazy, like people really forget that fast. Like that fast. He was just saying Mexicans is rapists and murderers the other day. Like, he just said that, fam. That what he just said, grab him by the pussy. He literally just got like he
just did a coup. He attempted
and lied about it and got caught, and the nigga went to jail. Another nigga went to jail. This was not that long ago.
I mean, but how many reports have come out, and the Mueller report, you know what I mean? Everybody's like, the Mueller report, he's done. The motherfucker got impeached twice. He just did a coup, you know what I mean? And like, the thing is when he doesn't face consequences, there's always going to be someone coming in to try and support him. And like, it doesn't matter how many people go down. It doesn't matter if Steve Bannon gets a contempt of court with the January 6th committee. You know what I mean? Unless these motherfuckers like unless Congress bars Trump from ever running again, he's going to run in 2024 unless he dies from something, anything. Like there's no legitimate
Yeah,
consequences for
yeah,
these people. And even then they get like 2 years and then they're out. Like Michael Cohen or whatever barely got in trouble. He got like 2 years, or I don't know how many years he got or whatever. And he did a whole bunch of stuff. So I mean, it's like the risk is totally worth the reward for these people.
yeah,
And
no, because they're making big bucks too. So it's like you going to jail. It's like it's damn near like some hood shit. Like you finna go to jail, but when you come out, you're gonna be taken care of. It's like some gangster shit.
and the Democrats and Joe Biden, they're all too scared to do anything. And this fool Joe Biden, everyone keeps laughing at him because he keeps talking about compromise. Like these people are threatening to kill all these politicians, and they really will kill these politicians. Like we're very close to it happening, very close to happening. Everybody forgets that last year there were armed white militias in every city, racist, trying to fight people, trying to hurt people at their rallies or whatever.
Damn, they legit tried to kill the
governor. Michigan governor. Yes.
They like had a plan. They was like in the military too. They had like guns and shit. They was like, y'all, this is the fucking this is the like the niggas was in the fucking military, or they was veterans, my bad. But still, like yeah. Like
it's so bad. Right, it's so bad. It's
yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's weird, bro. It's funny because I know we going on this tangent of your man's, but it's weird that it's like politics. I feel like have never been this popular or been pop culture. I think it's pop culture now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's never been pop culture in the past decades. You know what I'm saying? Like decades. Except maybe like in the civil rights movement, probably since then. You know what I'm saying? Like when politics is like the main focus of every person demographic. You know what I'm saying? Because like usually impoverished people, they really give a fuck about it to an extent. Like it's to an extent, whatever. But like now everybody is looking. It has like a lens. It has like it's like a I don't even know the word. It's like I mean, you said it best. It's like a show, like theater. Like now it's like super theater. Like it was all like the whole political process was always like some sort of a performance, I guess you could say. Like it's to an extent of a performance of a person. But now it's like it's like a showcase. Now it's like who can perform the best? Like it ain't got shit to do with the policies and the laws, or it ain't got shit to do with what you plan on doing for the future. It depends on one subject and whether you're on one side of each of that subject. And you notice how like they keep switching whatever that subject is. So most recently it's vaccine. Before that it was like the mandate, the mask thing. Before that it was
CRT.
Yeah,
the border, and the border wall is a big one too.
Well, you notice recently it's been going more rapid since Biden had been the president, because like he was saying a whole bunch of shit and trying to get it to catch on, and nothing caught on until recently. Like they was talking about like Biden is gonna make you only eat one burger a month. Like, they're just saying crazy shit just to find something to stick, like just crazy shit. And then but the big shit, like I said, so it's like critical race theory. You either got to be one way or another, but we gonna tell you the wrong information, so you wrong regardless. And then the vaccine, we're gonna give you wrong information, so you're gonna whatever. Mask, we're gonna give you wrong information, so whatever. And then shit, Asian people, you either one way or the other. And then the black people, George Floyd, you either one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a I guess polarizing is the right word, but it's like a weird polarizing thing now. That I mean, it's been there, but now it's like at the forefront.
No, I agree. Like it's political theater has always been around, and I think that there's always been a very polarized America, but like politics is way different than it's ever been.
It's at the forefront now, and it's based on entertainment a lot instead of policies and fucking shit like that. I mean, it's barely been half policies, but before niggas be like, I'm gonna do this, they would like lie to you, like, I'm gonna do this and we're gonna bring this back and we're gonna do this and I'm gonna implement this. And now it's like, fuck immigrants and this how Afghanistan is and vaccines and you need your freedom and you know what I'm saying? Like it's less about actual political shit and more about people feelings.
Well, I feel like it's been like that. Like I feel like that's the nature of politics, but it's just so different now that yes, I mean they just say whatever, and then the Democrats are really good at saying stuff that they think is going to hit and that they know it needs to happen. You know, there needs to be a $15 minimum wage. They won't do it. And I mean, they're
going to tell you that,
but it's way different. It's because there's these, I don't want to call them extremes, but they're just different forms. You have the white militias that are getting ready and calling for civil war. And you've got, you know, people who call themselves leftists that are ready, that literally fought Nazis and punched white militias in the face too. And we're there to, it's just a different form of politics. We're going into, we're polarizing even more, which again, it goes through cycles, right? I mean, like white militias used to go burn down black towns. Like, thank God that's not happening anymore. You know what I mean? It's similar. There's similar things, but I mean,
I know what you're saying though.
We're going back to that though. We're not there
it's
yet.
It's going more physical than fucking verbal. I said verbal.
And we're close to, I hate to say it, but we are close to a civil war. Some people will say we're already in it and it's just a different type of thing. And it's true. I mean, they do a lot of psychological stuff. You don't know what's real. Conservative media is really good at putting things in forms that tricks the average person who doesn't pay attention to things and is like, yeah, you know what, like fuck that, you know, Sleepy Joe, they call him Sleepy Joe. So they do really good with like Joe Biden is sleeping in his chair in all the interviews, like, and he's really not, you know what I mean? Like I think there hasn't been any videos, they all get debunked or whatever. It's like, no, he wasn't actually sleeping in his chair, you know, but the normal average person is like Sleepy Joe when Joe Biden sucks because his policies are terrible, you know?
Yeah. It's a catchphrase. Yeah. They good at them catchphrases, or they're good at keeping attention. And yeah, no, I agree. So, that shit crazy. And I ain't gonna lie, Trump damn near, I ain't gonna say he started that, but he damn near made it pop.
Well, and it's the backlash to Obama being president, and it just got worse, and he really didn't do enough to like change things, like and so we're not talking about Medicare for all anymore. We're talking about abortion rights. You know what I mean? We're talking about women's rights that have been decided a long time ago, but they're about to be taken away again because we never did anything to actually fix stuff.
It never went far. It never went far enough forward to be irreversible. Yeah.
So now we're going backwards. And now, I mean, and at the same time, we've gone through social changes now where people aren't going to put up with people like Trump and his supporters and racist people. And so it's completely different. And
it is.
But there's no consequences. There's no consequences.
Exactly. It's weird because there's consequences now. And I feel like it's almost like a wave of empowerment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for a while, people was like, man, I mean, at least coming from the black people, being a black dude, it's like, if some shit happened to you, you just let it go, or you're more apt to be like, that's just the way shit is. Whereas now it's like a more of a fuck that, or I don't got to put up with that, or this ain't how it is no more. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a empowerment, type of situation. Like, so I agree, totally. I agree. And it's weird because all these things happening at the same time, which is why it's so complex. It's like all the shit at once.
And I mean, the white people, like that's what's always motivated them, is they're fearful of what's been happening, of that social change, of people being like, you know what, fuck you. Like we have a significant portion of the population fighting back. Not enough, but there is a good amount to where there is social change happening, and they don't want that. Trump and all the crazy ass motherfucking racist white folks do not want that. So they have to be violent. They have to be violent because that's what happens on their last dying step. In your last, they don't have anything else. They don't have policy. They don't. So it has to come from rhetoric and violence.
Yeah, exactly. Or logic. It doesn't come from logic either. So it got to come to violence and fucking.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's real. That's real, bro. That's what I was saying. I think a couple weeks ago. Like everything on its last breath starts flailing and swinging. So. So yeah, bro, that's fried. And it's crazy you say that because the Supreme Court just decided not to block the law, that Texas law, like they blocked it and then they subpoenaed it and then they unblocked it.
And then they're gonna hear arguments on it. Yeah.
But I'm like, what the fuck what's there to argue? You did already. It's all the information out there. Like I don't know.
And that's where the not enough people comes in, is that people haven't been paying attention enough, and that's how things go away. Like the Supreme Court is about to take away abortion rights, or we think they are. They could not. It's still possible that they don't, but
it's Texas, and it's the Texas Supreme Court. So like, what you know what I'm saying? They don't have the best track record. Is what I'm saying.
Well, it's Texas, and then the super like Republican conservative court. I mean, the Supreme Court, you could argue, has always been really conservative, but like there's going to be no landmark decisions like things like Brown versus Board of Education. You know what I mean? Like we're not Texas. Yeah. Well, it's not right. I mean, Congress and Joe Biden and all these people, they're not doing enough. They're saying we're going to fight for women's rights. You know what I mean? But like, where's the law? You say you're going to codify it. Oh, no, we can't. We don't have the votes for it. Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema wouldn't vote for it. You know what I mean? And they use that excuse for everything. We can't. We don't have the votes. But they could do the filibuster or whatever. There's ways they could get around these things, but they don't want to do it because they don't take the threat seriously.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's real. That's really what it is, fam. It's just there's no consequence to them not coming, not fulfilling their promise or whatever. So if the chickens don't come to roost, it don't matter. Ain't nobody got no eggs, fam. It's just over. They still keep their job, keep their money, keep their position, keep their, so it's like it's a weird trade-off.
And so for 2022 midterms, all you're going to hear about is abortion stuff. Like they took away our abortion rights. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's sad because it really affects people, and they don't think it's serious enough to where, oh, it'll change again. Or, you know what I mean? You'll still be able to do this. Like they just don't do enough to stop it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a response thing. Like you wait till it's too far fucked up before you do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? When you can obviously do shit beforehand to set it up to not get that way. I agree, man. I agree. It's just fried, man. It's fried because we know this, and people that are pay attention, that consciously pay attention, know this, and then like other people just don't. It just go right over their head. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's hard to pay attention for some people. Like you said, with poor people, you don't have time or effort to be politically active or pay attention when you have to worry about survival.
Eating food.
So I don't blame those people. There's a lot of people, though. There's millions of Americans that are very privileged and don't give a fuck and would rather pay attention to other things and think politics are stupid. I mean, look at how many seats get filled up in stadiums every weekend for the NFL. You know what I mean? Basketball. I love basketball. I love sports. You know what I mean? Like I'm an athlete. I love sports. Always watch sports. But look at it. I mean,
Well,
look
where's
at
the
how many
priority?
people you can get to pack a stadium, but you can't get out in the streets anymore. You
Yeah.
can't get 60,000 people at a protest anymore. You can't. Right now, at least, you're not able to do it. You know what I
You
mean?
can go outside again. Yeah, you can go
And they
outside.
do that every weekend in cities across the entire country.
I bet you it'll be a anti-lynching bill with the with some fresh ass
Like
ink,
that.
boy.
Yep.
Fresh ass ink. They gonna
Imagine
write that bitch with a quail, nigga, with a fucking feather.
every Sunday you get 60,000 people in the streets every weekend, you know, for however long a football season is. There would be a lot of change.
18 weeks, yeah.
You would get a lot of stuff happening, even with them not wanting to do stuff, even with them being the way they are, them being so shitty and never making laws. That would be something to make laws. But how many college football stadiums get filled up every weekend? You know, those are some of them are huge. You can fill like 100,000 people in them.
100,000, yeah.
They're ginormous. You know what I mean? And that's why I think it sucks. Because you get that many people going. I mean, how many people fill up even just a Padres game? You know, it's like 15,000 people, and even that would do something. You know.
Mm-hmm. But everybody, it's weird, man. Everybody living their own life, so everybody don't pay attention to what's going on in their environment or what's going on, what's happening. Fuck. Yeah, man. Fuck them. Before we get out of here, though, I feel like we got on a tangent on that. We got there.
No, I mean, that was mostly what we wanted to talk about anyway. Yeah. We hit January 6th, all the Trump stuff. The only thing is the police and that goes with everything because no one does anything about it. The police in Hawaii handcuffed a 10-year-old girl for drawing a picture. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, that's what I mean.
That the little girl was bullying her, and then that's when the girl drew a picture about her.
So she was getting bullied, and then drew a picture about her bully and she's the one who got handcuffed.
Allegedly.
Because I think the bully's parents complained or something like that.
But I'm just curious to like who picked up the phone and called the police. Like, was it the school? Was it the other parent? Like, and also who allowed the police in the building? Like, who allowed that? Like, why is this? You're gonna have to. Me and my child are finna both be in handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass. Like dead ass. Who the fuck? Where's the parents at? You know what I'm saying? It's just so many questions. Like so many. Why? A picture though. Like I understand. Like I even get it if this little girl brought a weapon to the school and they like, we gotta put her in handcuffs because she had a weapon or threatened people or had a fork or, you know, anything that can maybe understandably people is in danger, you need to, even that, you shouldn't even, it's a 10-year-old child. This is a child. This is a 10-year-old child.
Yeah.
Fuck you need some handcuffs for, let alone over a picture? Like, I know I keep saying the same thing, but it's just like, reiterating how people aren't looked as human. Certain people aren't looked as human or equal because you would never put your fucking daughter in no fucking handcuffs. If you know what I'm saying? If you've seen somebody, anyway. What was you saying, bro? That shit, bro. That shit really pissed me off.
No, I mean, like we said, but yeah, I mean, like I said before the show, we used to force kids to work 14-hour days, 6-year-olds. And so, I mean, that's what I was thinking the other day. I mean, we treat children terribly. Like, who in their right mind? I mean, not everybody, okay, but there is a significant portion of the population that treats children absolutely horribly. And you could argue we don't take care of our children good enough at all. And people treat other people's children with mad disrespect. Like, I don't know, back in the day, they used to allow teachers to hit kids, like, and other adults to hit kids. And like, I don't even think parents should be hitting kids. And then other adults would hit children. Like this is not long ago at all. And it still goes on.
Well, I mean, I don't know about, I can't argue too much because I understand getting one.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think we should be beating kids. And there's a lot of,
I agree with that.
It doesn't matter if it happened to anybody like that. No one should be beating. That's a reason why children grow up with issues like and problems. And before us,
beat, but I say
before us though, people got beat even more, like really bad. Like some kids were getting almost beat to death. You know what I mean? And beat to death. It did happen. And so, I mean, we as humans, we don't treat our children with care enough. And so that breaks over into police thinking it's okay to handcuff 10-year-olds for drawing a picture and adults allowing it to happen. And if it did happen at a school, there was a principal or a teacher or a staff member allowing the police to come in and do that.
Exactly. All of them need to be fired. All of them need to be fired. The police, the principal, the teacher. Man, it's going up. It's going up. You what? It's going up. What? Boy. But anyway, you hit the nail on the head, bro. It's a bleed off effect from.
I mean, humans don't take care of humans good in general. I'm not saying that's all. There is a lot of people who take good care of people.
Yeah. No, of course.
But generally.
In America, the way that other people's children are treated.
I mean, it's most cultures. I mean, it's most a lot of humans in general just aren't. It's really weird. Like you don't see like a bunch of birds going off and attacking and punching each other and trying to kill each other. They might for food and stuff or whatever. But I mean, like, there's a lot of humans who are not. You see it in adults. We don't even like taking care of our homeless population when we have the money and the funds, and we can. But there's people who are like, they don't deserve help and they're drug addicts and they're horrible. You know what I mean? Like that. It's just
like using those words is gonna make a difference. Whether you hate the people or don't, whether you like them or hate them, telling them that they drug addicts or whatever is gonna fix the problem. Like, I know what you're saying.
And not all homeless people do not do drugs. That's a very big misconception. And they need to get a job. They need to get a job. Homeless people in America have jobs. A lot of them do. Like, so
I was homeless and I had 2 jobs. Nigga, I had 2 jobs. Nigga, I know. Sleeping on niggas' couches, fam. I was one of them. So I already know, bro. And also, again, 2/3 of, like, I think I could be misquoted, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this was like San Diego or California or America, but it was pretty much like 2/3 of the people homeless has some sort of mental diagnosis,
or
illness or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's also, these people just need some fucking help. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, so it's you're right though.
And it makes it worse when you don't have a home to go to and you're maybe struggling to eat, or you don't have that many resources. You know what I mean? Like if you already are struggling in your brain and then you have all these things going on, like it doesn't help you whatsoever with your issues that you have. You know what I mean?
You know what helps you even less? People being like, your ass need to get a job. You fucking lazy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
you fucking drug addict. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, there's drug addicts who live in homes. Like, so like
exactly.
So like it doesn't, you know what I mean?
That's funny as fuck. I gotta use that, bro. You right though. You right. Hella drug addicts in houses, nigga.
And they're like, well, they're shooting up on the street. Like, whoa, what? There's people shooting up in back. Like, it doesn't shoot up anywhere. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Of course they're shooting up on the side of the street because they fucking don't have anywhere to go. Like,
yeah, man. Yeah, it's fried. That's such a fried concept, bro. And especially like you said, we got all the resources and ability. Yeah.
So we just need more people to be caring, but that requires it requires social and cultural. I don't think humans are necessarily inherently evil and are trying to and are bad. I think that
it takes root.
It's social, it's cultural. It's been like this for years because of the way the system is and how things have gone for hundreds of years, like everywhere across the world. You know what I mean? And so we just need more people to be caring and give a fuck and actually, you know what I mean, do something. But it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in a decade. It's not even going to happen when we're alive. It may not even happen when our grandchildren are alive, but I mean, it's progress and it's step by step.
Moving the needle. Yeah.
I mean, there's no way we're gonna fix everything. Like, there's too many problems. It's too deep ingrained in everything. So
yeah, it's hundreds of years in the making, man. It's gonna take longer than that.
Right. And I always say it's gonna take double the amount of time to where we got, because it's so much harder to break the barriers down and then build a new society or build a new social way of life. Like,
yeah, bro. And that's why niggas is protesting. On that note,
yeah, we done. We gone.
We appreciate y'all. It's been your boy, Real Walter Ford.
And GDQ.
It's the Activated Podcast. Appreciate y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Make sure you get your Activated merch. Follow us, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor.
Boop.
Boop.